Right. First of all, hi, my name is Dimoff from JD Pro Sound. Currently on tour with Bye Bye Baby Life, one of the leading Frankie Valli Four Seasons tribute touring shows in the UK. We nice sunny Redruth today, having a show and yeah, just setting up and getting ready. So we have SQ from the house and monitors. Also, we've got a backup mixer, which is Qu-Pac on stage with another stage box. We've got two stage boxes linked to the SQ, running 32 channels. We've got 32 channels analog splitters, which obviously send and split the signal between the SQ and the Qu-Pac. Both mixers are running simultaneously, so if in case we need to obviously mute the Qu-Pac, everything will continue within a couple of seconds. Yeah, we've got loads of wireless stuff going on. We've got four main radio mics, another two backup radio mics. We've got four singers and four musicians. In terms of vocals and in-ear monitor mixes, we run four stereo in-ear monitor mixes from the SQ. At the same time, the band is all on ME1s, personal digital mixers. They're fed by the Qu-Pac in this case. The AV is run on QLab, is controlled by the drummer. At the same time, the MacBook is hardwired to an iPad from the house, which allows me to have full control over the AV just in case. Also, all the wireless sets, the transmitters and the receivers, they're going through a data switch and sends the signal from the house. I'm running the wireless, Sennheiser wireless system just to scan the frequency range before the show, just to make sure we've got a clean run. And also it gives me information throughout the whole show if there's any issues with the RF, and the more information the better for me, obviously. So the SQ is linked to AB168 and the Qu-Pac is linked to one AB168, but I'm using the 16 channels from the actual Qu-Pac, which linked to the analog splitters, and same thing goes from the stage box. So basically we run in total of 26 channels at the moment, all analog splitted. And the reason for this bit unorthodox setup is because, again, if I have to switch to, let's say, an emergency to the Qu-Pac and run everything as analog mixes, I need 8 mixes in total to run 4 singers and 4-piece band. So that's why I decided to feed the ME1s from the Qu-Pac, and I have the backup 4 mixes for the singers muted when I'm running the normal setup. At the same time, I'm feeding the 4 stereo in-ear monitor mixes for the vocalists, and I have another 4 mixes for the drums, bass, guitar and keys muted. So basically this allows me to have the band on ME1s and the singers on stereo mixes. If I have to switch to the Qu-Pac, I'm just gonna mute the vocals, the vocal mixes on the Qu-Pac, everything continues. Or in case the backup mixer stops and ME1s fail, I'm just gonna mute the four monitor mixes from the SQ, and everything continues simultaneously. There is inverted analog splitters which run from the house as well. So basically how it goes is the SQ and the QU both plug into those inverted analog splitters. And basically when I feed left and right from the house, the signal comes both from the SQ and from the Qu-Pac at the same time, the back. So I have 2 left and right inputs that goes basically one left and right, which feeds from the house. So at the same, this means, again, if I mute the SQ, I can unmute the Qu-Pac and everything continues at the same time. Yeah. The drummer is in control of the QLab over MacBook, and everything goes again, it's all splitted. So goes again to the splitters, split the signals to the SQ and the Qpac. So again, if one stops, the other one continues. Also, there is an iPad with just the audio. In case we fail the projection, he can switch to the iPad, which is backing track 2. So runs click and backing track, which is second one. Again, goes against to the analog splitters, and everything split in 2 ways. Again, I'm using obviously multiple layers for different things. I've got my DCAs and my matrix on the first layer, and obviously the 4 vocals, because this is the main thing for me, and the backing track. Then on the next layer, I've got my drum kit split into 2 different layers. I've got bass, guitar, keys, again backing track, and again the 4 vocals and the 2 backup microphones, the 2 radio mics, and then I've got the rest of the drums like overheads. I've got ambient mics on both sides of the stage, which is mainly for the singer, because everyone is on IM, so you want to get this the feel back from the crowds. So usually they love that, and sometimes obviously musicians can add some of those into their mixes. So the whole band is using ME1s, so it's all patched, so they have an access to that, so they do whatever they want to do, basically whatever they're happy with. They just mix it the way they want. I've got my talkback mic, which is again, it's a radio mic, which is on stage. The receiver is on stage, and again splits the signal between the SQ and the Qpac. So basically, if this stops for some reason, I need to continue talking to them, tell them what to do. So that's why this is my setup. I'm running a talkback mic on stage, having from the house. This is the drum talkback mic, which the drummer just communicates to the band. What else? I've got my FX sense returns on this layer as well. And yeah, this is pretty much all. I've got soft keys for the reverb in between songs, because the show is not just a concert, but we tell the story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, so you need to have a quick access to mute the reverb. I've got soft key, basically mutes everything on everything active on the SQ, and basically I've got this little iPad here, which if I unmutes the Qpac, and everything continues simultaneously straight away. We usually run a quick sound check for the backup mixer, just in case, because every venue is different. But at the same time, having the band fed by the Qpac, the mix stays fairly consistent. So that allows me to do whatever I want from the house without affecting their mix at all, which is another positive of running 2 consoles at the same time. To be honest, it's very versatile setup. Basically, you'd suit any artist, any sort of a lineup. And to be honest, knock on wood, I haven't really had any major issues. I mean, you can get any sort of a little technical issues there and there, but that's why I've created this backup, so I can sort it on the fly without having to stop anything, and it works flawlessly for me. I guess running front of the house and monitors at the same time, you need to think of some sort of innovation, some sort of setup to suit you. Not having a monitor engineer, you need to have control over everything from front of the house. So that basically initiated me expanding the whole setup and just making it work for me. Over the last couple of years, obviously expanded more and more. So I started exploring more and more stuff, and I personally love it, because obviously Allen Heath gives me so much options and flexibility, which Obviously, without this desk, I won't be able to do any of that.